Welcome back to Sports Center, everyone. I'm Eddie, along with Benji, Salman, and Eli. Today, we're going to be talking about what wide receivers will provide the best assistance to their teams in 2025. Eli, we'll start with you.
To me, the best wide receiver in the league next year is going to be CeeDee Lamb. He's still young. He was arguably the best wide receiver in the league last year, and he's only going to improve. I could see there being a few other options. Justin Jefferson was not healthy last year, so I would not go with him. There's a lot of Jamar Chase. So there's a lot of superstar wide receivers in the league right now. But I think CeeDee Lamb's the best of them. He was just an absolute machine last year, and I assume he'll be even better this year.
How about you, Benji? What do you think?
I personally think that Tyreek Hill will stay the best receiver in the league. He was last year. He almost won Offensive Player of the Year. I think that him and Tua, with just one more year of experience, will be 1 year better than they were last year. And Tua knows all his routes. He'll get way more targets and way more yards than CeeDee Lamb or Justin Jefferson.
Me personally, as just not necessarily the best wide receiver in the league, though he is one of the best, as a wide receiver who provides assistance to his team, I have to say A.J. Brown provides a lot of assistance. And yes, there's Devontae Smith, and he's a very, very good wide receiver, and he's helped the Eagles a lot. But A.J. Brown's the person who really gives the Eagles a jolt when they need it. When the Eagles were slowing down last season, near the beginning, because we all knew their downfall in the second half, but near the beginning, the Eagles are slowing down, and then A.J. Brown just comes big. He has tons of catches, and he leads the team, and he's always not grouped with players like Justin Jefferson, Tyreek Hill, and CeeDee Lamb, but I think he deserves to be there. He's a really, really good wide receiver, and he helps them a lot, and he makes the Eagles who they are. The Eagles, the past few seasons without A.J. Brown, when they traded for him, last 2 seasons, I believe, would not be the same Eagles. I don't even think they would have made the Super Bowl. So that's why I think A.J. Brown provides a lot of assistance to his team.
And before we move on to our next topic, we have some breaking news coming in. We are being reported that CeeDee Lamb is holding out due to a contract dispute with Jerry Jones and the Dallas Cowboys. So, Eli, you have the details. Tell us a little more about that.
So it's unclear when a new deal will be made to keep the star in Dallas. That is huge for the Cowboys. They need him back. From the Cowboys, he's the most important player on my team. Dak Prescott's an okay quarterback, but in my opinion, he's not really anything special. And I think he's more replaceable than CeeDee Lamb. Obviously, there's a Micah Parsons, but I think CeeDee Lamb deserves a lot of money. And if I'm the Cowboys, I'm doing whatever I need to get him back on the team. He's the face of their franchise right now, and yeah, he's especially with how good he's doing. They can't lose him. So yeah. But yeah, it's no one really knows when the deal will be made to keep the star in Dallas. There is, of course, a chance he could leave, and that would be huge for whatever team gets him. Let's just all pray he doesn't go to the Chiefs.
All right, thank you, Eli. Benji, do you have any opinion on that?
I completely agree with what Eli was saying. CeeDee Lamb is their star player, not Dak Prescott. He fell apart at the end of the season and during the playoffs. I think he threw 3 picks, or was it 2?
It was 3.
3 picks. So it just shows how much they need a playoff performer like CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah, CeeDee Lamb's an extremely key part to the team. He's a great route runner. Without CeeDee Lamb, the Cowboys may be doomed. They already are always 11-5, or now with the new schedule, 12-5. But it's good, but they can never get the job done, and they're never the top team in the NFC or the NFC and AFC combined. CeeDee Lamb without CeeDee Lamb, the Cowboys are even worse. They are a 9-8 team. They don't have anybody. Dak Prescott doesn't have anybody to pass to, and he's not that type of quarterback like Patrick Mahomes, for example. And I know that's a big comparison considering Mahomes is the greatest in the league right now, and he might catch up to Tom Brady at one point. But he's not a quarterback like that where he can make do. He doesn't need wide receivers. He needs CeeDee Lamb. And CeeDee Lamb is such a key part to the Cowboys that losing him would maybe even make them lose out on the playoffs, especially in a division with the new and improved Eagles and teams that are rebuilding. So, and like Eli said, if CeeDee Lamb goes to a different team, it's going to be huge for them. He's the player who transforms teams.
And before we close today's show, when we were talking about wide receivers for next season, how do you think Marvin Harrison Jr. will stack up? He just had a great year with Ohio State. He was drafted to the Cardinals. What do you think about that, Eli?
Yeah, I think he'll work really well with the Cardinals. I think Kyler Murray is an underrated quarterback. When healthy, he's very talented and could help the Cardinals out a lot. So yeah, they need a Marvin Harrison Jr. They're gonna need a wide receiver like him. They're still in a rebuilding era, and they're still gonna be in there for a while. But Marvin Harrison will definitely speed that up a little bit.
Benji, do you have anything to add?
I think you could see Marvin Harrison potentially being a top 12 to 10 wide receiver if everything goes well and he plays like he did in college. His routes are amazing, and I don't think any cornerback or safety can really guard him.
Yeah, I think he's an amazing wide receiver, the best choice in the class. But I also think, the Cardinals also do have a lot more to rebuild. And he's a really good wide receiver, but I don't think he will necessarily send the Cardinals to the playoffs. I don't think the Cardinals are necessarily ready for that. Remember, they were considered the worst team in the NFL before the season even began last season. And so Marvin Harrison, one player does make a difference, but I don't think he'll make that big of a difference. A talent like that, he is amazing, and he will make them infinitely better, but maybe not that much to the point where they're making long playoff runs.
So I like the good discussion we had today. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to Sports Center. I'm Eddie, along with me and my co-hosts, Eli, Benji, and Salman. Goodbye.